In the Brain and Genomics Hub, our research will focus on those with psychosis, schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. People with these conditions often have overlapping symptoms, and as psychiatrists, we often use treatments that are very similar for these conditions. We also know from our biological, particularly genetic, but also other research, that the causes of these conditions are overlapping. So whilst diagnosis has been helpful in advancing, we think we can do better and need to do so. And the Brain and Genomics Hub is going to help us deliver that.
The Brain and Genomics Hub brings together researchers and specialists from across lots of different specialties. For example, clinicians, neuroimagers, early career researchers, lived experience advisors, and our charity partners, the lab team, statisticians and data scientists. And it's by bringing all these different specialties together that we'll be able to interpret the data and drive change forward. Once we have collected all of the data that we aim to collect for the Brain and Genomics Hub, we will make it available for other researchers, and this will become an unrivaled data resource from across the world.
Typically, the involvement of people with lived experience in research has been quite narrow, and it'll be a couple of people and they'll be advising on a certain element of the research. What we're trying to do within the hub is make this much broader and much more inclusive. We want to create a sort of community so that people who become involved in the study, they don't just become participants, they become members of the hub community, and they have opportunities not just to be there as a participant, but also to advise.
For myself, people like me that suffer with bipolar, this is brilliant because I think it's going to broaden it. It's going to create more of an understanding about it. And I think much more needs to be done. And the guys doing this, I think they're brilliant. I can't praise them enough.
I think this is a really important opportunity, and it's great that Adferiad are involved in this research and with the hub. We really hope that this research will lead to better diagnosis and better treatment options for people.
So the neuroimaging is a really novel element of this, and other studies in the past have used MRI and they've used EEG for looking at brain structure and function, but we're going in much deeper detail this time. So with the MRI, we're looking at 7 or 8 or 9 different features of brain microstructure, and the MEG, nobody has ever looked at this scale in people with these illnesses using MEGs. And it allows us to look at really fine details of electrical functioning in different parts of the brain.
So an exciting part of this workstream is the e-cohort, where we're going to identify everyone in Wales that has a diagnosis of severe mental illness. And we will be able then to access all the information that we have in sale about these people. So that is as they get in contact with healthcare services, but also as they go through education. And then we will be able to follow them up through childhood and adolescence. And we will be able to look at whether there are signs in their data that tells us who is going to develop or when they are going to get a diagnosis of severe mental illness.
So as a junior group leader, I'm very excited to be part of the Hub project because it gives me access to such a breadth of participant database. So it's a very exciting time, and also to be able to analyze these samples at such high throughput to get the nitty-gritty of the molecular pathways affected.
As a representative of Bipolar UK, as someone living with bipolar, my biggest hope for the hub is that it will help people living with conditions like bipolar or schizophrenia or schizoaffective disorder to be able in the future to manage their conditions better and to have better outcomes. And it's just an incredible privilege to have the opportunity to be part of this endeavour.